What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What
And we're back with the latest edition of Minds of Mayhem podcast. Where this is the podcast that we tell you how our feelings are towards wrestling, and also if you watch Monday Night, you know our hearts got broken.
Ooh, did it ever? Did it ever?
Man, that segment alone made everybody pissed off.
Mm.
Other than that, it's been a good week of wrestling. We had, of course, Monday Night Raw. We had NXT on Tuesday and Saturday with Deadline, where we see Obafemi, Julia become the Iron Survivor, Trick Williams defend his title, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the man almost died.
Well, yeah. Then,
Yeah,
of course, Friday night we saw they announced that 3 injuries.
yeah.
Basically, all 3 of them are out indefinitely. We have Bronson Reed with broken ankle, a broken foot. Tungaloa has a torn bicep, which is crazy.
Yo. Thanks,
And
Punk.
then Big Jim got a broken toe. Just came back and already on
Just
the show. And a lot of other stuff happened too, but we won't get into it. But other than that, it was also announced a lot of stuff that happened too with Netflix because they just announced that Pat McAfee will be back starting the first episode of Netflix where it'll be him and Michael Cole calling the show,
mm-hmm.
which is good for us. Um, Now also they announced something else that we're gonna get into as well. But let's get the show all started. How was your week, bro?
Uh, week was pretty good. You know, um, definitely. Have a lot going on. Positively. Um,
We
yeah,
like to hear positiveness.
yeah. But it went from Raw having the power of positivity to me having the power of positivity. So
Well, we needed to have that after Monday.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so me, like I said, I watched all wrestling this week. I'm slightly falling off the AEW, watching it every Wednesday a little bit. I'm probably I don't know, cause every episode you never know what you're gonna get. Right now they're doing this tournament, the Continental Classic, which is a good tournament,
Hmm.
but it's just that the tournament their wrestling is always gonna be great. It's just that the stories. That's my only issue. Is the story.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's not like harper any further. Let's get down to the rundown.
Damn.
All right, man. Like I said, it's been a crazy week of WWE. It's been a crazy week for wrestling, period. Because, like I said, they did the announcement for Netflix coming with all the new commentators and everything.
Hmm.
A lot of returns too. Drew McIntyre returned, but the only thing is the reason why he returned because of the whole situation with the injuries. They had to swear the story.
I mean,
But
it's good on that part, but at the same time, I feel like this is one of those situations where um they had to pull the trigger on something. I guess I don't know.
yeah, maybe. Then of course we had situation with NXT, of course, doing the pay per view for Deadline. Trick Williams, his match, and then the tag team titles match, the
Hmm.
underground match between Lola Vice and Jada Parker. So, in fact, if you watch episode of NXT Tuesday, Jada Parker said shit, nigga, everything in the book. I'm like, can we
Dude,
say this on CW?
where my man R Truth was at? I don't even think that's even PG.
PG.
Oh man,
Let's get down to this first topic, and the first topic is this: CM Punk says Seth Rollins is his past.
mm,
Think about it, because Monday night we saw CM Punk come out to the ring, had his promo saying that his role is to the Royal Rumble to get to WrestleMania. He's basically like looking at WrestleMania as his ticket to get back to the title picture that he wants to get back to.
mm-hmm,
Out comes Seth Rollins. Same old, doing this whole intro and everything. Comes out, basically tells CM Punk, I should have dropped you where you stand.
mm-hmm,
Then he started saying, we should have our fight right here, right now. And CM Punk told him, I don't even think about you. I don't even worry about you. You ain't even the title no more. You're nothing to me. And of course, Seth being Seth the hothead, he got mad and then pushed, you know, Punk to the ground.
mm-hmm.
It's basically showing like a little glimmer of things situation where we're gonna see Seth really snap out. Cause think about it. Since CM Punk returning, Rollins has had a down somewhat spiral.
Yeah.
From losing the world championship, he lost twice at WrestleMania this year. Tag team match and the world championship. He was MVP of the whole WrestleMania weekend, but at the same time, he lost everything. Got hurt.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Punk he got healthy a little bit. He had his feud with Drew McIntyre, and since then, Punk has been doing what he's supposed to do. He came back for War Games, had a good match with that. Now he's on to better things, trying to be a world champion. So all that goes towards like Seth basically just blaming CM Punk for everything that happened to him. But it goes back even further, basically, because they had beef then, even before this situation just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Seth is just looking to get back into relevancy a little bit. Because think about it, he was Sami Zayn asked that man to be on the team twice. He said no. They got CM Punk in there, and think about it. Could you imagine that was Seth in that match instead of Punk? It would have been totally different. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, Seth, you basically shot yourself in the own foot. Then he started going at Jay. He started going at Sammy. He was just like mad. He was like saying, "What's going on, everybody? Why everybody keep thinking I'm the bad guy?" No
Mm-hmm.
one. The issue is nobody said you was the bad guy. You just came out here just wanting to start a fight with somebody just to get your name back into the mix.
Yeah.
Think about it. After he lost his match against Bronson Reed at Monday night, you ever heard Seth's name in a minute? It's been quiet. But man, but how you feel about situation with Seth and everything going on towards this right now, and Punk saying that Seth Rollins is his past.
Honestly, I put it to you like this. I'm with Punk on this one, to be honest with you. And the main reason why is because, you know, Seth Seth had his sights on the World Heavyweight Championship ever since losing it. And on top of that, while he was out and he was injured, I mean, yeah, we could say he was the MVP of WrestleMania till we're blue in the face. The simple
Yeah,
fact is like Seth Rollins had every open opportunity to say, "All right, here we are, we're here now. Let's settle it right now." But instead, whole entire time, Punk. Even and I'll put it to you like this: Punk was dealing with Drew McIntyre. He was dealing with the Judgment Day at the time. He was dealing with yeah, he was just pretty much dealing with Drew McIntyre. And
yeah,
then and here we have Seth Rollins, who was the world heavyweight champ, putting on banger after banger after banger. And now all of a sudden that you lose this championship, now all of a sudden you want to put your focus on CM Punk. When the whole time you had the open opportunity to do it right then and there. And like I said, Punk has every right to say, okay, you know what? It is what it is at this point. You don't like me, I don't like you. Whatever. Let's move on. And he's putting his attention into the Royal Rumble, winning that, and becoming world champ that way. So
Yeah,
Punk has every single right to feel that way. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, is so stuck and hell bent on the past, it bites him every time because we've seen it with Cody, we've seen it with Roman, and we've seen it with Punk. I don't know how else to put it, Seth. You kind of shot yourself in the foot on this one.
he
So
kind of did
yeah.
because it's to a point where one, yeah, think about it. When Cody returned to WWE,
Hmm.
it was like a paradigm shift because Cody
Hmm.
was the guy next up to take over the ring as a Roman basically.
Yeah.
So Seth being Seth, they made the next world championship, which is basically quote unquote the workers' man title if you think about it, of the
Right.
world championship
Hmm.
because Roman had the belts tied up. You needed to make another world championship. Who's the right guy to start that championship reign? Seth. And Seth, to his credit, had a hell of a reign as world champion. Bangers, matches, everything. He did everything in the book to make that title prestigious.
Hmm.
Once Survivor Series War Games happened last year, we thinking that we of course we heard all the rumors and everything about Punk possibly coming back. When Punk came out, they didn't show it on a live, but they did have a split screen of how the wrestlers are reacting when Punk came out, and you definitely see Rollins just kicking in, having a like tantrum because it's like he don't want him there.
Hmm.
Like even it's not like TV, it's not like kayfabe. This is like actual real beef he got with Punk. But it's like it's the thing is though, I don't know what the beef is. To be honest with you, I don't.
I can tell you what it is. It's the mere fact, and two. I get where Seth is coming from because at the time, Punk was dealing with a lot of backstage, BS between him, Vince, and Hunter. I'll give Punk that at the time. Like he was dealing with the whole thing of him wanting to be the main event or wanting to he pretty much was asking for the ball and running with it. And Vince was kind of hesitant towards that because of the personality of CM Punk. Absolutely 100%. And so when it gets to the point of the departure and how he, exited the WWE,
Hmm.
he had that animosity. All right, he was getting married. He had his termination papers sent to him the day of his wedding,
Oh yeah, that
which is
was cold by Vince McMahon.
yeah, that's kind of messed up. So you can understand where Punk is coming from as far as that personal feeling that he had at the time. However, Seth was definitely representing the company at the time where he was world champ, and he was literally the face of the company during Punk's departure.
He was.
The flip side to that is Seth Seth took the leader role so serious and so personal that he never really understood where not where Punk was coming from. Now, I don't know if we'll ever get the sit down face to face understanding of why these two are at it because again, Punk has a legitimate reason to have felt the way that he felt back then. The same thing with Seth, and I'm not taking anything away from Seth as far as him being the leader during the time and him, waving the WWE flag as long as he has.
Right.
The thing is, when you're in Punk's situation, and if you really truly look at Punk's situation, he was on the road every single time, especially when he was injured and especially when he was sick. Everybody was, giving him a bunch of BS backstage when it came to Ryback, when it came to The Shield, when it came to Paul Heyman, all these different things. And all Punk wanted to do was pretty much be a main eventer. That's all he wanted to do. But because of Vince's viewpoints on who he wanted to be the face of the company, I mean, that was the only roadblock. Now, his whole thing with Hunter was a whole different story. Hunter was pretty much Hunter had no choice but to be the yes man to Vince. And I don't even hold that against him because at the time, the position that Hunter was in, it was like, all right, I'm running NXT, Vince is running the main roster. So I really can't, go gun ho on CM Punk if Vince doesn't feel this way. There's no saying shit to Vince. We all know that.
Oh yeah, facts.
Um, so now fast forward to Punk coming back to WWE. It's a whole different vibe. Triple H made up with Punk. I'm pretty sure everybody else in the locker room that had dealings with Punk had conversations with him or whatever the case may be. Is for
Yeah,
some
I mean, yeah.
for some particular reason, Seth is holding on to that gripe. Like, yeah, you was over in another company running us down. A lot of people have run down the WWE. You don't have a problem with. I could because I can honestly say this: if anybody was to jump ship from their promotion to WWE, I guarantee you, and I bet my life on this one, Seth would not have a problem with them.
Of course
It
not.
just so happens that CM Punk was the guy that had a legitimate gripe with WWE at the time, and then he comes back, and then it's all of a sudden, oh yeah, you don't deserve to be here. Where was this energy with Cody?
He kind of had an injury with Cody. He did already. I
But
think the situations with Seth was. I think it's the fact that when Seth was in NXT, they had a little running into each other over there. Now, Seth's situation is he feels though nobody should come in there and take over his spot because he's been there since day one. Very true.
I mean,
But
I
you got
get that. I get
but you
that.
got to think about it. Punk's situation was it was basically a creative situation. It was like you didn't know where he was going with him. Then him and Vince had like a lash out with each other.
Hmm.
Fast forward, Punk gets signed to AEW. Punk's get released of his contract from AEW. That opens up basically another box for him to go back to WWE. That's where we see. Remember, they had the video of him showing when Punk was ready to go back in there and re-debut,
Hmm.
and everybody behind the scene embraced him. Only two people didn't embrace him that was there. McIntyre didn't embrace him, nor did Seth. They went their own way and basically made sure they wasn't near him because I think Drew's situation is Drew is Drew. We know he wants to be the top guy of the company. Cause think about it, Drew is the only person I know since the pandemic era has not had that moment where he gets the fans reaction. Now WrestleMania 40 this year when he won the world championship, he did get that moment. But of
Hmm.
course, Punk took it away from him when he kept worrying about Punk.
Yeah,
It
Drew
was
took it to himself.
it's a video of somebody reaction towards that match. The lady kept saying, "All you had to do was leave, man. You had
All
the
he
world
had,
championship."
that's all he had to do.
But no, he had to shove it in seeing Punk fit because Punk was hurt and he could be at WrestleMania this year. Because remember, if Punk didn't get hurt, it was supposed to be Punk and Rollins, I believe.
Hmm.
It wasn't even supposed to be Rollins and McIntyre. It was supposed to be
Hmm.
Rollins and Punk for the world championship.
And I'm
We
pretty
didn't
sure
get it.
Punk would have won.
Well, yeah, Punk would have won most likely.
Yeah,
But then again, like I said, the Lord works in mysterious ways. We got something different and we got even a better story. So everything works out. But
absolutely.
I think for Seth's situation is, I just think he gotta well, he's not gonna let it go. Cause right now, Seth is gonna be in the Royal Rumble this year. Punk's gonna be in the Royal Rumble this year.
Hmm.
Also, we can't forget Roman as well. So it's gonna be like we gonna know what's gonna happen because
I
it's a lot of things that's going to like shake up a little bit with a lot of stuff. So it's like, man, where we gonna go with this? Plus, with Netflix is now involved, Raw now too. because it's already been reported that certain people might be happening, something else. We'll get into our next topic with that situation because I
Hmm.
believe that Punk and Seth are going to have their match, but at the same time, when will it happen? Because Mania is up in the air now because we don't know what's going to happen with The Rock. The Rock came back with bad blood just to come back. I heard.
Hmm.
We don't know where Cody's going with his title run. He has a match against KO next week, next Saturday. No, next Sunday. No, next Saturday. It was
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Then of course we got Gunter. He's everywhere now. We don't know what's going on with him.
Hmm.
So it's like the WrestleMania card's up in the air now. We don't know what's going to happen. Then injuries happen too. So it's like we just had 3 injuries the War Games match with Brunson, Tunga, and Jimmy. So it's like everything is up in the air now with plans.
Right.
All in all, like I said, we're going to get this match between Punk and Seth. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. We just don't know when it's going to happen. Because when it's going back and forth with each other in the ring, I was like, damn, you just basically told this man, I don't care about you. You ain't nothing to me no more. I don't need to fight you no more. You're worthless.
Like I said,
That's basically what he told Seth. And Seth, to his degree, felt disrespected. But like I said, down the line, we'll see what happens with that because we all want to see this match between Seth and Punk.
absolutely.
Because the rivalry itself sells money. You got people on sides and everything, so it's like, what can you do? But let's get into the next topic, and the next topic is the WWE rosters are about to shake up. And what I say this mean by they just announced it this past Friday night on SmackDown. Michael Cole just announced saying that the general managers of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT had discussed a situation where we're going to put everybody through the portal. This past Friday, we just saw American Made in the back in the little screen. You see Dominic Mysterio over there, and then you see Gunter comes out of Nick Aldis' office.
Hmm.
So it's like a lot of stuff should be shaking up soon for the roster, because we have NXT. I mean, we have Netflix having Raw, and and they asking for Pacific wrestlers. So that's probably why they're doing this whole shakeup. Because I do believe that they're going to trade world champions.
I
I
wouldn't be
believe
surprised if they do that.
I think we're going to see Cody on Raw when Netflix starts, and
Hmm.
we'll see Hunter on SmackDown, which kind of makes sense because I believe SmackDown can, like, with Gunter over there, you'll have people that can like step up to the plate towards Gunter for that world championship match.
Yep.
Now with Cody, him being on Raw makes sense because here's the thing: Cody alone on Netflix on Raw and everything is gonna be perfect because that's gonna make people bring in views.
Yeah.
Also, like I said, the shake is for everybody because we don't know who's gonna be shaking up. Because we already heard that situation with Carmelo Hayes. He
Hmm.
was like, Carmelo Hayes, since being that first round pick, he's basically, doing the whole MVP situation. Remember when MVP was signing of SmackDown, and he was like, the highest paid signee or something like that.
Hmm.
That's basically Melo right now. Melo is basically acting like he's like, everything, but Melo has racked up a lot of wins. His best situation was with him and Andrade doing that whole Game 7 stuff. That was
Yeah.
his best stuff. But for some weird reason, he hasn't been picking a lot of wins. So now Nick Aldis said he's gonna have somebody come over that you know perfectly well. Who does he know perfectly well?
That's a great question.
Trick. And Trick is already in a situation where he just beat Ridge Holland for the NXT Championship. Now he has to deal with Obafemi. Yeah, that was good on Saturday when Obafemi came out. But I believe, like I said, with everything's happening with the shakeup, it's perfect timing. Cause think about it, both world champions need fresher opponents.
Yep.
They need fresher opponents badly,
Yep.
especially Cody,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Cody, him being the ultimate face, it's not a lot of heels on SmackDown as much. That's why I think the shakeup is perfect right now for it. Because you need, because think about it, when Gunther goes over to SmackDown as world champion, you got guys like Andrade, you got guys like LA Knight, you got Randy Orton if when he comes back, maybe who knows? You
Uh-huh.
got it's so that you bring some people up from NXT possibly. The world is his oyster basically because we don't know what Pacific is going to happen with this shakeup. Like who's going where, who's going to be broken up, who's going to be the next big thing on their show. Also, some of us can go to NXT as well too. Cause NXT is not really it's still developmental for a lot of wrestlers now, but I think NXT is becoming its own like entity as its own roster, which makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It now in your mind, who you think should be like shaking up with different rosters? Like who would you have go to here and why?
Now, with that, I mean, you pretty much answered the questions. Trick Williams. I see Trick going to SmackDown.
Okay,
I see Trick going to SmackDown. I see Lash going to SmackDown as well.
Eric,
However,
Eric
I,
Jakara.
her and Jakara definitely going to SmackDown. The bias in me wants to see them go to Raw because I feel like Raw needs more of fresh faces in the women's division.
I would
Bad.
say SmackDown need more to be honest with you because Raw has a plethora of people on their roster with women. I
No,
just think it's just the fact that they just don't like put them on TV as much.
that too, but here's why I say they need to go to Raw badly is because SmackDown has the face. They have the fresh faces. You got Jade, you got Tiffany, you got well, actually no, scratch my theory. Yeah, send them to SmackDown. Um,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's like
yeah,
you
send them.
basically prove my point.
Yeah, never mind that.
Because
Um,
Raw has so many women. They got Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. You got Lyra Valkyria. You got the three female versions of the Shield. I hate their name. That's why I say that.
oh, the Pure Fusion Collective.
I hate that name so much.
Yeah.
Granted, it's basically none but three. It's two.
See,
You know how it is.
let's not
We're
even.
not gonna go that route. But it
Let,
just doesn't. But it's like you could have came with a better name for them. And plus, it's like I'm getting tired of Shayna Baszler not being used properly, yo.
bro. I literally said this the other day. Shayna, I was. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right here, right now, folks. This whole women's intercontinental tournament thing,
Hmm.
we don't even need the tournament. We don't. I swear to God, we don't. It's a waste of time for the Raw side. The only reason why is because there are four people, four women on the roster. You could have had a whole fatal four way. Plain and simple. You got Shayna Baszler.
Uh huh.
You got Sonya Deville. You got
Okay.
Selena Vega.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you got what's the other I want to say Zoe Stark so bad, but I feel like no, throw Zoe Stark in there. I'll toss throw Zoe Stark in
So
there.
basically, all the
All
three
of
versions,
all of
all
all of
three members and Selena Vega in the Fatal Four Way.
yes, yes, absolutely. I don't care how it plays out. The thing is, those four women alone are championship material. Everybody else, as far as Maxine and fucking Kaden Carter and all of them, all of them. In fact, I know. What's who's the female Kevin Nash? I can't think. Raquel, thank you, Raquel Rodriguez. She's definitely going to get a title shot at some point. Shoot, I'll make her number one contender against whoever wins the championship.
Well, she's in the tournament now, so you know.
Whatever. That's
I think. Go ahead. Go ahead.
this is just the GM booking it me because I said the same exact thing on the SmackDown side with the US title. The thing is, WWE shoots themselves in the foot every fucking time when it comes to a new opportunity, whether it's for a title or whether it's for a new number one contender. They shoot
Hmm.
themselves in the foot every single time. They'll either have and to a degree, some people say that if you have the big name in there, you have to have somebody that you could trust with the championship. I get that
Yeah,
wholeheartedly. However, you don't need to have that same person win the tournament and have all these fresh faces chase the title when you know damn well you don't really have that much faith in them to win the damn thing. So if you have that veteran that's going to put over the fresh face for the title, cool, go that route. I'm all for it. However, the people that deserve the title more than than the veterans do, and like I said, the four names I just said on the Raw side of it, put them all in a fatal four way, have them winning that Saturday night's main event, and whoever wins a battle royal or elimination chamber or whatever the hell they set up for the new number one contender, do it at Mania. Plain and simple.
I disagree with that, and here's why. The only reason why that they having these tournaments, one, exposure. Two, you gotta like make them try to earn the situation. You just can't have a fatal four. Now, if it was a vacant title, like somebody had the title and they had to vacate it, okay, fatal four way all day. But since this is brand new titles, it's only right you have tournaments because you need like to have specific tournaments for this. Now, the U.S. title match, we got four basically people contending for the title. You got Bailey, you got Chelsea Green, you have Michin, Mia Yim, and Tiffany Stratton, who's the final four basically right now. They had a tournament. That's saying they had a tournament to like boost it up.
Now,
Every match they had for the tournament was exposure towards each woman. That'll probably get a chance at the title probably.
right. Now, those
Now hold
names
on,
that
hold on,
go
hold
ahead,
on.
go ahead, go ahead.
On the Raw side, with the Intercontinental Championship for the women,
Mm-hmm.
you got now. Like I said, Shayna should have been in the final. Like she should have been in the finals at least. Because
Mm-hmm.
Shayna Baszler just being on the roster is like you had a chance to make her like this legit badass, but you kept putting her in groups. You kept putting her in tag teams. Not saying she's not bad in either, but her alone, her being as bad as she is, would have made perfect for her to be the women's IC champion. Now I get Dakota Kai, great wrestler too. Only thing is though, Dakota Kai is, can you trust her to stay healthy?
That I get that. I get
That's
that.
the only thing. Now, of course, like you said, Maxine and Kaden Carter, all them. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, this is not about exposure for them. You gotta have these tournaments to expose your wrestlers. Because think about it, we can't keep having the same old every time. You gotta start introducing everybody into it. Now, granted, of course, sometimes some of these women wrestlers, it be a couple botches here or there,
Mm-hmm.
but we know for certain that they gotta. It's gonna be like where they gonna go from there because Ivy now to me is like the underrated a little bit. Granted, she's with American made, but she's very hella underrated. She's great in the ring.
Hella underrated. Hella
Max
underrated.
Maxine has been getting better and better every time she steps in the ring. Even
Yep.
though when she first started out, she's very like clunky, but
Yep.
since then she's been getting better. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, they always been a great tag team.
Yep.
Like tag team specialists is that's their specialty. Like when the women's tag team titles and everything, that's their due. Now, like I said, if it comes down to the line where they break up and go their separate ways, I believe both of them are good, but I think it'll take time for them to get to that next level. Dakota Kai is Dakota Kai. She always been a great wrestler. Only problem with her is she was always hurt. Raquel, I think her situation is she's gonna be Diesel to Liv Morgan, Shawn Michaels, because they're gonna break up soon, but not yet.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I get what you're saying. It should have been like a fatal four way, but like I said, I think the tournament is basically good for exposure to some of these women because they need it. Because you can't keep depending on certain wrestlers all the time to bring the noise when you're trying to like basically build up new stars. Now
That's what
Selena
I'm saying.
Vega. Now if Selena Vega gets to the finals, I wouldn't have an issue with her winning the belt because that night in Puerto Rico against Rhea Ripley, she had the biggest pop of the night.
Dude,
And
dude.
could you like thing is though, could you imagine if she would have beat Rhea, even Rhea was hot at the moment, if she would have beat Rhea for that one night, and then maybe the following Monday, have her lose the belt to Rhea again, just take the belt off her.
I would
I
be
think
okay with that.
I would have been okay with that. But like I think like I said, them finally introducing these secondary titles for the women, it was needed, especially with the shakeup happening soon. It
Yeah.
was needed because certain women on the roster needs to be on TV. They need to be seen. To where, like I said, the United States Championship they'll be decided this Saturday coming up as a main event.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, but no, like I said, in my mind, I guarantee it's probably going to be Bailey versus Tiffany probably. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mia Yim versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green has been on fire. She's like one of the best talents right now on a women roster.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Go ahead.
WWE, please hear me. I don't care if you come across this or not, but I'll be damned. Okay, I'll be damned if you give the United States Championship, the Women's United States Championship, to Chelsea Green instead of Mia Yim. I swear to God, I will drop y'all like a bad habit. I will
Here's my
drop.
thing. I
I will
wouldn't mind
drop
either
y'all like the
or.
way Wade did fucking what's homegirl's name? Damn Whitley. There you go. Boy, WWE. I swear.
My thing is, I wouldn't be mad at either because any of the four, I wouldn't be mad if they'll be the first women U.S. champion. I wouldn't be mad at it because think about it. Bailey's already a veteran. She's great in the ring. Tiffany is like the rising star coming up the ranks. Mia Yim and Chelsea Green are underdogs right now.
Yep.
But Chelsea Green has that, like, the fans cheer for her and boo for her. Like, she gets that reaction all the time. And of course, Mia Yim, she gets the reaction, but she's very underrated. Great in the ring, great wrestler,
Criminally
everything.
underrated, bro. Criminally underrated.
I just think, like I said, this the moment where they can have her be a champion, maybe possibly. Now, will it happen? We'll see this Friday coming up. All I know is that this tournament was perfect timing. Now on the Raw, like I said, on the Raw side with the Intercontinental tournament, we just had our first match where um Dakota Kai won. Now, if you catch it on Twitter, Sonya Deville went on a tyrant because she's saying, "Why is Dakota Kai in the tournament and I'm not in it?" But yeah, think about it. Sonya, I don't mean to be broad or rude. Sonya is very not that great in the ring.
Give her a chance.
I give her no. I'm saying if she can get better. I'm not saying she's the worst. She's not worse. She's not the worst at all. It's just the fact that I remember the match she had against Lyra Valkyria, where she was grabbed because Lyra Valkyria was going for like a gut wrench power bomb.
Uh huh.
She's holding on to Lyra Valkyria's waist. You can hear Lyra saying in the background, "Let go, let go, let go." I'm like, what's going on here? Here's my thing about Sonya too. She had a nerve to say she puts on 5-star matches. I'm like, where have you put on a 5-star match?
I listen.
I'm not trying to say she can't do it, but it's like
I get you. I trust me. I get you 100%.
I'm not trying to say she can't do it. My issues with her is like Dakota Kai. Like I get it, both Bailey, both of y'all can be on the show all the time.
Yeah.
Sonya was out with like she had I think legit situation with her. She had I think she had a torn situation with her leg or something. Dakota, she I think had some situation with her leg too. But it's just the fact that one, Sonya I want the best for her, but uh like you in the group with Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler, that group don't really make sense at all. Now, granted, you got a little beef going on with the damage control,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's like this group was just put together just to be put together. It's three women basically that can whoop people's asses, and that's it. Where's you go from here? Like I said, if they was all separated in their own way, I guarantee you, Shayna probably be going to the next round possibly. Zoe Starks has always been a great athlete in the ring and great in the ring, so it's like she has
Absolutely.
potential. Sonya is a great heel. She knows how to get the reaction out of you. She's very great at that.
Yep.
I just think I don't know. She doesn't have that something like she's missing it. Granted, great heel, but for her to simply say she puts on 5-star matches, I was like confuddled with that. I'm like, what match that was 5 stars you put together? Like, please, like, give me the details of the details of that, because I have yet to see you ever put on a 5-star match for anything,
True.
let
That is
alone
true. That is
like
true.
anything like special. You was a tag team champion, yes, but that was
Yeah.
it. You had to vacate the titles because you got hurt.
Yeah. I agree with that. I here my personal take on it is that I see the potential in Sonya Deville. I think she has yet to put pieces together that will make her that possible threat.
Okay.
Because if we really look at it, like she had like I said, she has the potential. She has to find that unique ability of hers. Because
Hmm.
I could put it to you like this: Sonya and Shayna come from the same background as far as MMA is concerned,
Thank
and
God. Thank God.
they
Thank God. Cause
they
I'm
yeah
like, wait a minute, that can go both ways, bro.
okay, all right. But anyway,
Go ahead,
they come
finish. Sorry.
come from the same background uh, in MMA,
Yeah, strikers. Yeah,
and then on top of that, I feel like Shayna Baszler has the slighter edge on it. But
big time, big time.
with that being said, this goes back to what Shayna was saying on a in an interview a couple of years back. Is Shayna can't be Shayna in an entertainment sense, meaning that she can't be who she wants to be as far as like that gritty, aggressive MMA fighter coming from the her background, because she can legit be women's champion for God. She could be a Roman Reigns. She could be have a Roman Reigns type reign
She was
if
supposed to be
she
the.
if she was
She's supposed to
given
be
if she was given the opportunity to like display her full move set. Oh yeah,
yeah.
she'll be unbeatable
The thing is, the Wrestle was I think WrestleMania 35, I believe, or WrestleMania 36.
when she
She
faced
was
Becky.
supposed. She was supposed to beat Becky. Was vouching for her to beat her.
Yeah,
Becky legit wanted to lose the belt to Shayna, but Vince would not let it happen.
and that's the problem because like I said, everybody sees we. I put it to you like this: every single female backstage knows that Shayna Baszler can be the legit face of the women's division.
Yeah,
She
of course.
could be. She could be. But the issue is when we look at the grand scope of the women's division, they always look at people like Becky Lynch or Bailey or I'm gonna throw Liv Morgan in there for now. and is I'm gonna also
At this
throw.
at this at this point, Liv Morgan's up there now with the ranks.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got
yeah. That's why I said I'm gonna throw Liv Morgan in there, and there's one more. I I'll throw a bone and say Bianca Belair.
Bianca's that's automatic.
Yeah, that's right. So if the WWE looks at those four women and say these are the people that we trust wholeheartedly. Meanwhile, when we have Shayna Baszler, who can definitely do much better if you give her the if you gave Shayna Baszler the ball right now, she'll be the greatest women's heel
Yeah,
ever,
yeah. I
ever.
think it's the point where you look at Shayna Baszler and the character that she portrays on TV is basically like I'm just going to whoop your ass and move on. And yeah, think about it. In
That's all we need.
today's world of wrestling, you're not
You
going
need
to
something.
really like.
You need something more than that.
You need more than that.
Yeah.
Now, if you watch her stuff on social media, she has
Mhm.
a personality. I
Oh
just
yeah.
think they just need to bring it out more. But yeah, man, like I said, it's going. Like I said, this shakeup came at the right time with all these new titles and everything. My thing is, I want to see who's going to get shooken up and go to the like NXT roster. Because it's some people that's on NXT, it's some people that's on Raw and SmackDown that are not being used that can easily go over to NXT and be something big.
I can give you a
Like
name.
I can think of a few people that can go back on NXT and do something.
I was
Like
gonna.
for instance,
I was about to give you.
Giovanni Vinci.
Yep. Like I could tell you.
I
I
ain't
could.
gonna say I ain't gonna say Apollo Crews. He already is over there.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I say send Andrade back down there.
But like I said, they bringing Gunter over to Raw. To SmackDown. Keep Andrade on SmackDown because Andrade is already one of the top well not I wouldn't say top like a mid card person. He's
Hmm.
great for as a face, so he's good. Like I said, if anything, I would say Giovanni Vinci. Who I would say over here? Huh?
Ain't he injured?
No, he's been back on SmackDown, but the story with him is like he got beat with like 15 seconds, and like the story ended abruptly after that. It was like nothing was for him anymore. Last
Yeah,
time we saw him was Last time we saw him, he was in the backstage segment with Carmelo and Cody. That was it.
yeah. Definitely send him back down to NXT.
Who else we can send down there? Honestly, I would send hmm. If I could, I would send freaking who is on Raw that I can send down there. I would send maybe if they really wanted to, I could see him sending like Otis and Tozawa down there and Maxine. Like that'd be great for like for them because give them like TV time.
I would agree
Um,
with that. I would agree with that if Chase U didn't end.
that's why I say I think you gotta add another aspect of somebody there now. You gotta add them into it because with
Hmm.
Chase U not being a thing anymore, you gotta have something there.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it. I would say as far as like so far the names I agree with like Da Vinci goes down there, Tozawa, Otis, and Maxine goes down there. Um, I I feel like
like I said, it's gonna be a long. They say it's gonna be like a process with this stuff because
yeah, because
we're almost at the corner of their first night on Netflix for Monday Night Raw.
yep,
So
I can honestly say if Carlito wasn't part of the Judgment Day, I see Carlito going down to NXT a little bit.
yeah, but I can see it too. It's possible because Carlito by himself is good, but
Oh,
this whole Judgment Day run for him has been funny.
he's a
But
beast.
yeah, let's move on, bro. Like I said, we'll see the outcomes of this because Raw on Netflix is right around the corner, and like I said, lots are gonna be shaking up. So we'll see in the weeks coming. In the weeks coming.
Shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him.
All right, man. So this is we got this next topic, and then we got one more topic, and then we out of here. This topic, let's just say, is a heartbreaker.
Ding, ding, ding. Where?
The New Day turns on Big E. When I tell you that segment alone was such a twist, cause me and you thought it was gonna be Xavier that was gonna turn on Cody. I mean, not Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, we get both of them basically just going on a tyrant against Big E, basically saying you broke your neck, so what?
That got me.
Then I was like, wait, so what? He started naming Stone Cold, Edge, Daniel Bryan. Oh, I'm like, bro, you gotta think about it. All of them had they had long lists of situations where they come back. Now
Mm.
Biggie said himself he's been trying to get back for the longest with the stem cell surgeries and everything. He's trying his hardest to get back. But he has said on himself numerous occasions, if he can't come back, he had a hell of a career. So he can just go into the sunset. You see, he's happy now with the girl. But he was me and his sister. He's happy. They even put her into it. When I tell you, I never wanted to fight two guys so bad. I want to fight Xavier and Kofi now. Now, granted, they both felt like when E left them, they felt a void, which is why they had former employee Odyssey Jones with them to fill that void. Now, now imagine if Odyssey didn't do what he did. Well, allegedly did what he did. He could have been still involved with the situation,
Uh-huh.
but that, like I said, that shit took a turn. I was sitting on the edge of my bed watching, like, yo, what's going on here? Then you see fans on social media like crying, pissed off, saying, I want to fight Kofi and everything. I want to fight Xavier. Then you see the back and forth with Xavier and Biggie's girlfriend. That was hilarious. Then of course you came at Kofi as well. It was a bro. When I tell you, it was so like legit and real. It was to a point where it was like, yo, we know this is a story, but it's like, yo, we watch y'all grow so much.
Dude.
And for y'all to break up like this and for y'all to treat E like this, E didn't do nothing wrong to y'all. He just had an injury that was like career threatening. He can't control that. How was your reaction towards this, bro? Because mine was like, yo, what's going on? I even called you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Fans, when we tell you he legit called me and asked me if I was watching Raw. I was literally on my way home from work when all of this was going down.
Hmm.
I came home, and this is what I always do. I get on and I start Raw from the very beginning. I always do that. But when it got to that part with the New Day, and I watched it all play out, because even I said it from the beginning. I said all of this is a way to bring back Big E. And I'm sitting here like, all right, cool. All right, Big E's coming out. Kind of figured that was going to happen. But when the whole thing turned, when he said, now you want to come back, I was like, hold up. Stop everything. What do you mean now you want to come back? And then Kofi jumped in and was like, you left us. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, stop. This cannot be real right now. When I tell you it felt so weird, it felt legitimately weird. For Kofi and Xavier was to kick Biggie out of the New Day. Like this was something that has been going, like when I tell you it's been a nonstop things ever since that happened on Monday. Like they are still talking about it to this very moment. Even on Pat McAfee show. when he called them. Well, I guess the Miz, either the Miz called him or he called the Miz, and the Miz
Mhm.
was saying, "Yeah, I'm glad Kofi and Woods have come to terms and realizing that they're better without Biggie." I was like, "You mofo, are you serious right now?" But with that being said, I'm gonna say this: the New Day as a whole have definitely accomplished a whole hell of a lot during their 10-year run. Whether it be Kofi winning at WrestleMania, Big E cashing in and becoming world champ, and Xavier Woods becoming king of the ring. They have accomplished so much in so much time. And I think when it comes down to the New Day splitting up like this, I feel like this is going to fire Biggie up to make a quicker comeback, probably in the Royal Rumble. If Biggie doesn't come back in the Royal Rumble and eliminate both Woods and Kofi, WWE, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Because Biggie has been the foundation of the New Day, whether we wanted to see it that way or not. Biggie has been the glue that held the New Day together.
Yeah,
Like whether it be winning the tag team championships or seeing Kofi win the championship or even seeing Woods become king of the ring, Big E has been the glue that kept everybody together. And for it to play out like this is giving us a better, not a better, but this is giving us more of a reason to tune into Monday Night Raw and see what direction this goes, even further beyond how Monday played out. Because I'm gonna say for the first time in life, this is unacceptable. This
yeah.
this this is unacceptable to me.
I think it's the point where, like I said, we watched this group grow within like the 10 year span. Think about when the group first debuted, it was kind of like cheesy, kind of stupid, didn't make sense. It was basically like a group of three black men doing like this whole like preacher type situation.
Mhm.
Now, when I think Xavier said that Xavier E and Woods has said all they want is a shot to see if they can succeed or fail. If this succeeds, keep this going. If it fails, you can fire me. Cause I think Kofi, no, Xavier and Biggie was possibly like gonna lose their job.
Yeah,
Kofi was fine. Kofi was always going to be a company guy,
yeah.
even though he should be more than a company guy. But it is what it is.
It is
Cause
what it is.
like I said, he had his little run with Intercontinental Championship before the early times.
Mhm,
Xavier was still looking for his footing
mhm.
because you put him with R Truth, then you put him by himself a little bit, then you put him now with E and Kofi.
Yep.
Cause remember, originally they're supposed to be this militant group, but they changed everything up. They became this like happy-go-lucky, like we doing this for the new day. Now they was getting cheered for a little bit, then they started getting booed. You start hearing new day sucks. Start hearing that a lot. They went to the heel mode, and when they became heel, they started getting even cheered more. To a
Mhm.
point where at SummerSlam they won the tag team titles, they got cheered for. It was the heels.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, that's when he turned face at WrestleMania 32. That's when he was in that box of cereal. It came out
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball. He get up.
Yeah.
Since then, they just been like straightforward as face. That's when we get Kofi Mania. That's when we get them breaking up again, where you had Xavier and Kofi on Raw and E on SmackDown. So it was like everything all over the place.
Yeah.
But for me, this kind of hit home for a lot of fans because Did he want them to break up? No. Nobody wanted to see Biggie, Kofi, and Xavier leave the group. We
I
didn't
did.
want we didn't want to see a confrontation between any of them.
Hmm.
To the point where the week before they having this Monday, it gave us that feel that Xavier was going to turn on Kofi or vice versa.
Hmm.
But we didn't expect to get both of them just dogging E like you know. But here's my thing too. Remember Kofi. Remember Xavier said, "Let's just keep people not to be stranded here with this. You're never getting back in this ring."
Mm.
When Xavier said that, my mind went to like that says something right there because I believe E could be cleared for something soon and to come back.
Yep.
Him having, like I said, he's been trying to get these stem cell surgery stuff. Granted, even though Kofi did bring up the Austins and the Edges and stuff like that with neck injuries, everybody neck's different. Let's just say that everybody neck is different.
Yeah.
If E comes back, we know who he's going for first.
Oh, for sure.
He's going literally after Xavier and Kofi. Because Xavier and Kofi literally came at this man girl. They came at this man career. This is my thing. Kofi's already a Hall of Famer. Kofi's already been like dubbed a Hall of Famer. He's been triple crown, no, Grand Slam champion. So
Yeah.
he has everything on lock.
Yep.
Big E's he was the most favoritist like person of the New Day.
And if you think about it, Biggie's Grand Slam too.
He is one United States Championship.
Oh shit, you're right. You're right. You're right.
If he wins that, then yeah, he's Grand Slam. He's triple crown.
Yeah, I thought he. I forgot about the U.S. title, but yeah, you're right. Yeah.
He's triple crown, but he's never won the U.S. title yet.
Yeah.
Now, Xavier, my issue with Xavier is, bro, you've been tag team champion. That's it. You've
Hmm.
been king of the ring, but king of the ring was kind of like, because once we ring whooped your ass, that was it. It's like, bro, I just hate the fact
Vince for
that,
that.
huh?
I blame Vince for that too.
Xavier could have been a lot of stuff, man. That's all I can say. But it is what it is. But like I said, this whole turn was so like heart wrenching. I just felt bad, but at the same time, I felt like, yo, this story gonna be great.
It's too good. It's too good. It's
All
too
I
good
know, is, all
to
I
be.
know is, bro, I just want to see if E gonna come back. E don't come back, like I said, love E, love his career, happy. But this whole turn gives me a glimmer of hope that we're gonna get E back in that ring.
Listen, I put it to you like this: if I don't see Big E appear at the Royal Rumble, I'm going to be pissed. I am going.
Even if he don't come back Royal Rumble, he can come back WrestleMania time. Who like whatever. It don't matter.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that 100%. I feel like at the end of the day, Biggie has a better opportunity of whooping their ass at the Royal Rumble, even if he eliminates himself. Mick,
Or like Mick Foley style with Randy Orton.
you damn right, Mick Foley style. Like, that man gonna come out. He said, "Fuck the Rumble. I want these two motherfuckers." Like,
Right. Yeah,
but
man.
yeah, like
So
this, like I said, that whole turn made everything feel so weird because
it was heart wrenching, bro. Like I was
never
like
know
sitting,
what
I was like watching, like, yo, what is going on? All right, so let's get to this last topic because as you see, my guy out here is eating his dinner, I guess. So let's get to this
happened.
last topic. It should be a quick one.
Multitasking.
Now, you like I said, every week we're doing the best of. We've been doing that for the past few weeks now, the best of. So this one should be fun and it should give us like Like, what's our favorite with this? And that is, I spelled it wrong. Hold on, let me fix that.
This is live production that you're seeing at its
Here
finest.
we go. Best World Championship Design.
Ooh boy.
Now it could be either a World Championship or it can be a mid card title championship. I should have just said best championship design, but it could be whatever. It don't matter.
Hmm. It's a very, very, very interesting question. But I'm gonna go for this because it's two.
Okay, okay. Give them to me.
It's two, and they both come from John Cena. And I'm pretty sure you know what they are.
The both spinner belts, the U.S. title, and the they.
Bingo,
Yeah,
bingo.
because
I
I
never,
think of it. Go
I
ahead, explain. Go ahead.
never, I never wanted the United States title one more. But when I seen what he did to the WWE title, I was like, "Give me, I want it. I want it.
Yeah, that
I
damn
will
title
fight
was like
himself for it."
that title alone was like toy worthy. Like it still selling to this day. Like I do want to replica that title. It's
Mhm.
just hard to get.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. I came this close about what's this 2024 about 3 years ago. Actually, I came this
Uh,
close to getting that spinner title, but somebody from TWC already had it. I'm like, nope, I ain't gonna go that route. I'm not gonna get the same title. So I ended up getting the one that Rock got, the one that Rock did in 2013.
that's when he retired the Spirit Belt and brought in a new one.
Yeah, that one right. That's also up there. I say that's like second place.
Okay,
Yeah, that's second place towards the spinner joint in the United States one.
okay. So for me, my favorite title design, I have two
Mm-hmm.
as well. Number one, the first one for me is the Winged Eagle Championship.
The Attitude Era.
No, the Golden Era.
Oh,
The Winged Eagle Championship. The one that Bret Hart held, Shawn Michaels, Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Yokozuna, all of them, Undertaker.
I can
When
respect.
that title was so beautiful. It was like that was the title that you want. And the last person to hold that title was Austin. When Austin wore it, kind of looked different. But
Yeah,
I wanted to see how Austin would look with that title all the time. That's when we got the updated version in 1998.
yeah.
Now, my second favorite title of all time is arguably, I think, the best belt for any world championship, and that's Big Gold. Because when you think of Big Gold, you only think of a few wrestlers.
Yep,
You think of Dusty Rhodes.
yep.
You think of Sting,
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair,
Yep.
Triple H,
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg, and I can even say Batista for real.
Yeah, Batista definitely made that joint hot. Yeah,
He definitely made that joint prestigious because
he
with
did.
the way he was dressed and everything, and the way he was, it was everything with that belt.
Yes, he did. Batista did his thing. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, man, those are my two designs that I like specifically love, and I do have the big gold. Well, it's not the really big gold version, but it's the WWE version, the World Championship. Like my dad has that now. I gave that to him.
See, I wanted the WCW one because,
That was the best one.
bro, like I blame Hogan for this.
I mean, we played Hogan for a lot. What's the reason for this time?
I mean, no, I blame Hogan in a good way because when he first won that joint and he spray painted NWO on it,
Well, that was like, no, that was like his second time winning it, second or third time winning that damn belt, and he decided to spray paint it at Sturgis.
yeah, like That's what made me want that title even more, just because of that memory alone.
Thing is though, if somebody if you actually buy like replica title, you can do it yourself too. Cause it's been times where I want to be like, you know what, let me get a spray can and just spray the NWO in red though, not in black, red.
I'm,
So it'll be like the one from Wolfpack.
see, I hated. See, I hated the Wolfpack one.
I didn't mind the Wolfpack one because think about it, it was both black and red combined together now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even though it was like the NWO stick was kind of like getting old, but it
Hmm.
was kind of cool to see them like had their own brand. Cause think about it, NWO black and white had Scott Steiner, Hogan, the Giant, Scott Hall, to where NWO red and black had Nash, Savage, Sting, Luger, and Conan,
Yeah,
and Mr. Hennig. But Mr. Hennig was like flip flop.
yeah. You can throw Macho in there too.
I said Macho.
Oh, you did say Macho. Yeah, you did. You
But yeah, man, those are our four title designs that we like love. All right, man. So this has been a good show. I like to thank everybody for possibly tuning in. If you do tune in, like, subscribe, hit the like button. Like I said, just keep notifications up. Like we'll bring an episode every week. Now, bro, you mentioned TWC.
did. Hmm.
Can you get them on for next week for the show next week?
For next week, I could definitely do that.
Yeah, ask them to come on the show because I would love to have a conversation with them.
Yep, I'll definitely reach out and they'll
So
be
you
more
heard it.
than
So you heard it first. Next week, special guest TWC. Hopefully, it'll be no like connection issues because we're gonna get that situated too.
yeah, yeah.
But all in all, right, like I said, even my guys are retired now, so I can't really ask him what's going on. I mean, unless he's doing his like plays or something like that. You got any plays coming up soon? There you have it. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna head on out. Y'all have a good night. We'll be back here next Sunday with a special guest TWC.
Yep.
Have a good night, guys. See you soon.